What's going on, Dolphins? It is your boy Dillon, and I got some pretty huge breaking news for you guys. It's not totally unexpected, but it is official now. And look, we'll get into it. I'm gonna give you, there's multiple sources reporting on this. I'm gonna give you what little details there are, and then some of the tweets of some of the media folk or whatever that weighed in on this. So it looks like the Dolphins, as was previously reported, the Dolphins were trying to trade Josh Rosen. Well, apparently they failed in doing that, and now they have officially cut Josh Rosen. So, as I've said, it was a complete waste of time, a wasted experiment. We wasted a second-round pick in the 2019 draft and a fifth-round pick in the 2020 draft on Josh Rosen. I told you he was never going to be the guy here. He could be a good quarterback. It just wasn't in the cards here or in Arizona because he was given such shit to work with. So, I mean, would he have become elite and one of the best of the best? I don't know. Probably not. But he could have been a damn good quarterback and still could be in this league. Anyway, so the Dolphins are now cutting him. Let's go through let's get through some of these tweets, and I'll give you some of my commentary to add to it. The Dolphins have indeed, from Adam Beasley, the Dolphins have indeed moved on from Josh Rosen, cutting the former top 10 pick after one season per source, and he adds a risk worth taking. Again, I totally disagree, because it was obvious that it was never going to work here. It was like painstakingly obvious. And again, it would have made so much more sense had they not traded for Josh Rosen, had they stuck with Ryan Tannehill and didn't do the wholesale fucking cleaning out of the entire fucking roster, except keeping the only two guys that they really kept, the big notable guys, are Devontae Parker and Xavier Howard. Both have significant injury histories and cost a lot of money. Mostly Xavier Howard. Devontae's not as expensive. But anyway, so, they should have kept Ryan Tannehill. They should, and with their first round pick, they should have gotten the top offensive lineman in the draft. Round 2, they could have gotten whatever the top defensive lineman was available at that point. And then they could have gotten Will Grier to bring up behind Ryan Tannehill in the third round. Anyway, and so, but then obviously that's not what they did. But as I told you guys, when this all happened, it's not going to work. So I was proven right. And to make it all worse, it was a complete waste, because then they couldn't even get anything for him when they tried to trade him. They couldn't get anybody to take. Somebody's going to pick him up. But, the Dolphins now are left without getting anything in return for the former first-round pick that they swung and completely missed on. But again, not even completely his fault, because they put him in a terrible situation. There was no way he would be able to succeed in the situation he was put in. Let's see. Adam Schefter, Summary Friday quarterback news. Dolphins are releasing former Arizona's first-round pick, Josh Rosen. Let's see. Miami was shopping Rosen. Worked out quarterback Jake Rudock, so maybe he's coming back. This is from Albert Breer. Writing was on the wall. Yeah, I mean, look, but look, even Matt Infante, though, I actually have to agree with him on something. So, and I tweeted this out. I tweeted out the news, obviously, but I also, I will comment on his tweets because he's a moron most of the time, but he actually said something I agree with, and he tweeted out, "I think releasing Josh Rosen is terribly stupid. If ever there was a year to carry 3 quarterbacks on the active roster, this is it. Not many, if any, quarterback 3 is as talented as Rosen." And I actually agree with the entire statement, because when you look at the evaluation of third string quarterbacks, he's right. Rosen is definitely, top of that list, or damn near close to it, right? So, top 3 at worst, talent-wise, at the very least, talent-wise. And additionally, Ryan Fitzpatrick's not going to be here forever. You expect Tua to be the guy, but then you're going to need someone to be his backup. But what if Ryan Fitzpatrick is old? What if he gets hurt? What if Tua gets hurt, right? Like, there's all kinds of reasons why you could keep him. And, you invested in him. You gave up a second and a fifth round pick. You only had him for the one season. Keep him. There's no reason you need to cut him. In fact, you know, anyway, whatever. Like, they made the choice. It is what it is. So, but, and just to wrap it up, you know, look, it's added to the long list of failed experiments for this Dolphins organization so far under Brian Flores and Chris Greer and so on and so forth. We are getting into year 2. Granted, it's still technically pretty early into their regime and so on and so forth. But who can you look at on this Dolphins roster and say definitively, especially with the way that you see how they operate, and guys you think would be here are all of a sudden cut and are not here anymore, right? So how many guys can you actually legitimately say are like staples of this roster? Even Tua, it has a lot of questions, right? So there's really almost nobody. There's really almost not a single player on this roster, with maybe a handful of exceptions at most, that you could say can reasonably be expected to be here for the long term. And so I can't imagine, you know, how anybody thinks that this squad is going to be anywhere near playoff contention within the next couple years, you know, let alone fucking pushing for championships, etc., etc. No, and as the Browns have proven, tanking doesn't work. And the Dolphins went even further than the Browns did in their fucking efforts, because the Browns didn't strip their entire roster to the depth and degree that the Dolphins did. So, you know, among other things. So, you know, I also can't understand how anybody looks at this organization and says, yeah, they're good at evaluating. What? I mean, that's part of what I was saying. Like, how can you reasonably say that they're good at like player and talent evaluation and so on and so forth? I mean, okay, I guess. But like I said, I mean, we'll see. It's now the 4th, and we have, 9 days until the Dolphins actually play a game. They're going to be going to Gillette Stadium to play the Patriots. And then a week later, we host the Bills at home. So we'll see. My guess is they're going to be garbage. I did see, real quick, and to wrap up, I did see there was an article that I went to just the Dolphins because it was a win-loss prediction. And they gave the Dolphins a 5-11 record. And I think that is their ceiling. I don't think that they're going to break that. I don't think they have a chance in hell of breaking that. And I think that there is a substantial possibility that with all of the different compounding factors, they could very well be worse than that. But we'll have to wait and see. You know, obviously Fitzpatrick does, you know, I don't want to underestimate him. He did, you know, rally the players and stuff despite the coaches trying to lose, and there's tons of evidence to that. Or at the very least, put the team in a position to lose and not be successful. You know, so I don't want to underestimate him or whatever, or the fight that players will show when they're, you know, playing for their contracts and their careers and their livelihood and so on and so forth. So we'll see, but I think 5 wins is absolutely their ceiling. I don't think they you know, can break that. So prove me wrong. I hope so. They've proven me exceptionally right to this point, including with this and, you know, my evaluation of their moves with the Josh Rosen thing. I knew it wasn't going to work out, and here we are. Anyway, with that, I'm going to get out of here. That's the breaking news. I hope you appreciate my perspectives. If you do, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the bell if you want to get the alerts. Share my channel and videos with your friends and family. Leave your questions, comments, and concerns down in the comment section. And of course, as always, make sure you follow me on Twitter @Dillon Tartaro. And with that, I am out. I'll see y'all soon. Fins up.